Guys, to part 2 of Love vs. Crimes movie screenplay review. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I came up with this idea for a movie that I'm going to do this week. Okay, so the sixth act is called The Final Relationship. So after Stephen dies, okay, get this in your heads, she's in a new relationship, okay? That means she marries someone other than Stephen, okay? And his name is Colin Taggart, okay? Who is better than Stephen. Now, this is obviously not true. We all know that the main character is better, but he is not the main character. I just made him up as, a background character or a character that fills in for the other. But they are awesome, okay? They are an awesome and lovely couple who love each other. So what that means is that even though Stephen is gone, they still love each other either way, okay? Colin goes to jail in the plot, and Sophie divorces him. Sorry guys, my paper is acting dumb. Sophie divorces him after a few weeks of being married, okay? Colin escapes jail to be with her, okay? But she dislikes him and hates him. So in the fourth scene, she dislikes him because he did an awful thing. So what he did was, we'll get to that later, okay? No more spoilers. Plot down here, which is fifth scene. Colin confesses he thought was right. She doesn't believe him. So when you don't believe someone, they don't trust you, okay? It's because they don't trust you. That is right, not, the jail part, okay? So the ending is Sophie and Lila's parents, Ed and Casey, are taking care of her and Stephen's kids, okay? Which is scene number 6, okay? Remember that. Use your brain, okay? Remember that. Because that's what my dad tells me, right? Act 7, okay? It's called Single and College. So at this point, it's 1959 for Sophie. She is she's having her last child in 1959 and is awesome, and she's awesome. So it's a girl basically, and the name is unknown, okay? So I try to make up a name for her or him, and I just could not, and so I should call her Jane Doe for now, okay? Just remember that. This part is after that she goes to college, and Mr. Jules is still there. So Mr. Jules is a character that I made up based on Jules Verne, okay? He doesn't have a last name because I don't need to know, no one needs to know that. Mr. Jules learns she's a mom and tries to kill her. But the school fires him and puts him in jail. Okay? That's the third scene, which is the bottom one. This part right here, which is the fourth scene, okay? Fourth scene is Mr. Jules commits suicide in jail by hanging himself. Now, I'm not going to get into that because it's really sad and depressing to hear. I get that a lot. Okay? No one needs to know about that. Sophie doesn't feel bad, and she is taking care of the children. Now, when a character doesn't care about the news or what's happening, they're thinking about the crimes. They're not thinking about what's going on, right? So that's basically what I'm referring to, okay? The ending is she ends up going to high school and meeting her old classmates, okay? So moving into Act 8, okay, Act 8 and 9. So Act 8 is pretty different, okay? She sees her old friends from her old high school. And this was after Steven died, okay? So, Sophie visits her old high school and sees her old friends, which is the first scene, okay? Act 8 is also called Kids in High School, by the way, just so you guys know. Sophie is really happy to see them, that she hugs them. So in school, you're not supposed to hug each other because it's against the rule of, school, just school rules, I don't know. The plot is the school police notices she's there at school and calls a squad of police to chase her around. Now, the plot is kind of silly. I get that a lot too, okay? No one needs that kind of stuff. I understand that, all right? I've been writing a lot since I was 16. I understand, okay? Actually, since I was 14. Either way, we all know how this is. So, fourth scene, Sophie eventually outruns the cops and heads home. Lila's parents, Ed and Casey, come to the house a few minutes later. After that, which is the sixth scene, cops start knocking on the door. Sophie hides and Lila's parents die. So don't worry about the whole dying part. This is part of the storyline. Don't be upset about that, okay? It's just a part of the storyline. It's not real, and don't worry about it, okay? So Act 9 is Sophie dies and the funeral starts, okay? So Sophie's kids start crying, but the cops see her run. So like she's running out of her hiding spot, okay? The next thing that the cops do is they start to shoot at her because they're trained or they're fake. They're fake cops, okay? Sophie keeps running while she's hurt and keeps going. The cop shoots final shot and Sophie dies, okay? Now, this sad story about this part is that there has to be a death scene at some point, and I wanted to add like multiple so we all have different points of view to look by, okay? I also did that because since this is a thriller and a crime movie, I might as well just do that and move on with my life, okay? So the fifth scene, which I didn't write down yet, the cops are fake and not real. They go to jail, okay? This is because since they aren't real, they had to go to jail anyway because they're, bad. The ending is Sophie's and Steven's kids are all grown up now, both 20, 23, whatnot, 22, you never know. And they have a funeral for her and Lila's parents, okay? That's the ending of Act 9. Remember that, okay? And I put that there because sometimes when you write a story for a movie, you have to have some depth, okay? Depth as in what the story is going to be about, okay? It says that because there were originally 5 acts, and now there are 6 and 9 acts. So I wanted the story to be different, and I wanted it to be longer, just because I didn't want to make it a short film, okay? All of us need to have a longer film and not just a short one, okay? So that is my idea for this new movie that I'm doing. Leave me some comments or anything, and I'll get back to you. See you later, guys. And I'll be releasing the movie or announcing it this week, okay? See ya.